We want to bring in the chief right now and talk to Chief Smith and find out a little bit more about why the time was right for her to decide to step down. Chief, I appreciate you joining us today. 28 years in law enforcement. It's been 2.5 here in D.C. Why now?
Well, first of all, let me start by saying thank you so much for doing the interview this morning. I want to begin by saying thank you to Mayor Muriel Bowser for, number one, trusting me with such a significant responsibility here in this city. Mayor Bowser was very key and instrumental in making sure that there were we had a policy-led environment that will allow me to lead the police department the way we should. What makes me make the decision today, it was a tough decision, to be honest. 28 years in law enforcement. I've already retired from the United States Park Police after 24 years. I stepped into this role when crime was at its all-time high. And what really resonated with me was going home for Thanksgiving to visit my family in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. My mom passed away 2 years ago. I have been going nonstop. I have missed many amazing celebrations, birthdays, marriages, you name it, within our family. And being able to come home for Thanksgiving 2 years after my mom passed really resonated with me and has allowed me to make a decision that I think is necessary, not just only for me, but also for my family.
Are you going to go back home? Are you going to stay here?
I will stay in the area. I have no desire to live in Pine Bluff at this moment. I will remain here in the DMV. The District of Columbia is an amazing place to visit. It's a wonderful city. It's a beautiful city. I've been here since 2011, and I am certainly humbled to have had the opportunity to serve as the Chief of Police.
You talked about some of the changes that the department has taken to the positive. Obviously, the violent crime rate has come down under your tenure, even in the last 2.5 years. But a lot of people also see the changes that come from the federal level as well. And this has been a challenge. You've had to work and balance that with the federal law enforcement. Did that impact your decision to step down at all?
It did not. I come from the federal side, right? I spent 24 years in federal law enforcement, and as I'm pretty sure the entire world recognized that we met some challenges in August of this year with the federal surge and the executive order with regards to the crime emergency. But what I will say is that our mayor, Muriel Bowser, did a fantastic job with leading us through those efforts. So no, I have always had a positive relationship with our federal partners, as well as it predates me with the Metropolitan Police Department. Our federal partners work with us in our Violent Crime Suppression Division. They also work up with us on our Capital Area Regional Task Force and any other special large-scale events that we have here in the city. We work very collaboratively with our partners.
Can you talk just for a minute now about how that balance has been with working with the federal government, particularly the White House in this case? Yeah. Because obviously there's been a lot of questions from D.C. residents about the working with ICE, or if you are working with ICE, how that balance has been. Could you talk about that and try to set the record straight for some viewers?
And so I think we all know that when the presidential executive crime emergency was announced, we had to work with ICE. Since that time, we have not. We do not work with ICE. We do work with our federal partners. The team is doing a fantastic job. We have established protocols where we support the actual federal partners are providing support for us in all 7 of our districts, and to date it's working. It has been they work very closely with our crime suppression team members assigned to each district, and it has been a very positive interaction up to this point.
There were also some questions, and since we're trying to set the record straight here, as to whether or not, and this was the accusation from some members of Congress and the White House, if crime numbers were manipulated. Right. Were they?
No. I can say this to you, Steve. I have never and will never authorize or even support any thought processes or activities with regards to crime numbers being manipulated. What I will say is that when it's brought to my attention, we will hold those members accountable. 2.5
years as Chief of D.C. Police, you say this was the honor of your career. What will you look back on as far as accomplishments, how you measure your own success, or just the memories that you will have of this time leading the D.C. Police Department?
I think what I'll look back on is how resilient the members of the Metropolitan Police Department have been throughout the 2.5 years that I've been here, but even prior to that. Members have gone through January 6th. Last year we had a significant number of national security special events. We went through a plane crash. We've had some significant high-profile violent crime incidents. But I can reflect more importantly on how well they have navigated through all of the things. And even some of the negative commentary that have come out about the police department, I think our members have really held their head high. They've been very professional. They've been steadfast. And making sure that we stay focused on what the mayor's priority has been for this city, and that is to ensure that we continue to drive down crime.
D.C.'s not alone. Policing has changed over the 28 years since you first started, and departments all across the country certainly face challenges when it comes to things like staffing and the way that you can go about policing on a day-to-day basis. What do you see for the future, or what would you like to see for the future of D.C. as its needs continue to grow?
Well, what I will say is that, I think most police agencies around the country, we're still dealing with challenges when it comes to, hiring police officers. We have established an entire recruitment team. We've seen an 11% increase in our application process since that team has been established. I think we have a pretty good team. I've made some positive, moves, reassignments, promotions, and all of the commanders that are currently in their assigned roles and assistant chiefs, they're very strong. They've been members of the Metropolitan Police Department long before I arrived. They're very passionate about this work, and my expectation is that they will continue to move in that same capacity.
Do you think the department's in a better place now than it was when you took over?
I think it's in a better place. Yes, I think we're in a better place. There's still some things that we need to do. There's always challenges, right? I'm not patting myself on the back with respect to that. I think that we have the right members in the right place to continue to move the agency in a positive direction.
You talked about making sure that everything is set up for the mayor and what the mayor wants, but the mayor also announced that she will be stepping down at the end of next year as well. Did that impact your decision at all?
It did not. What I can say about, I've had 2.5 years, but I've also been in this city since 2011, and I've watched how Mayor Bowser has navigated and led this city. It was certainly a consideration, but certainly was not my deciding factor.
As far as what's next for the department, it's our understanding it'll be an interim position, at least for now. Is there anybody that you have supported or that you want to see in that role, or that you've already decided on, if you have any of that say, or if it's up to the mayor? It
will be up to the mayor. That's the mayor's decision, and I support whatever decision the mayor chooses to make.
So for the first time in 28 years, you have some time now, and you said you want to stay in the area. Is there anything in particular that you'd like to do now that you have finally a little free time after 3 decades?
I think the one thing I'd like to be able to do is to go back home to my house, sit on the deck and drink lemonade. It's going to be a little too cold to do that right now, but I have a nice outside heater that I can kind of set up, and just really to relax my mind, and not this is a really challenging, but it's a good job, right? I think whoever chooses to come into this role will find that there will be a lot of positive things. I think what's really important for whoever comes into this role is that the community has to be, outside of the members, has to be our #1 priority. Being able to stay engaged with our members of our community, our residents, they have been really fantastic to work with, and I think that we have to continue to include them in our efforts when it comes to driving down crime and public safety.
And I want to end with that, Chief, because when you came on board in July of 2023, you said you wanted to focus on the community, right? You wanted to get the officers back into the community to work as closely as you can with them. Any parting words that you want to say? And I know you're going to be on the job until the end of the calendar year, but any parting words you want to say to the viewers, to the people of D.C.?
Thank you. Is there a camera I can look at?
You can look directly into this one right here.
Washington, D.C., thank you so very much for embracing me. A little girl from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, who came in with a vision. I had a mayor who trusted me to work very hard and very diligently. I'd like to thank the D.C. Council also for your support. But Washington, D.C., even though no one wants to see one homicide in our city, certainly we are at a 30% reduction today. We recognize that there's still more work to do, but thank you for embracing me, and thank you for embracing the members of the Metropolitan Police Department. I will never forget how you have treated me, and it has truly been an honor, the utmost honor to serve this city. And may God bless you, and may he continue to keep his spirit resonating over this city. Amen.
Chief, appreciate you joining us. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for joining us today, and best wishes in the future as well.
Thank you.
Let's sit back down so we're back on camera. Appreciate it.
Sorry about that.
Thank you very much. Police Chief Pamela Smith stepping down after 2.5 years. Of course, we'll put more information online and on social media as well. Thank you, Chief, for joining us this morning exclusively to talk about this.